you agree?
Yeah.
This is the chain of events that leads me here before you today. My mom and my dad both came from a broken home. My dad had to drop out of school in the 8th grade, and he worked very hard along with my mother to provide a solid foundation for me, something that neither one of them had growing up. Life was normal back then. There were trips to the park, we rode bikes, we went on family outings. On one of those family outings in June of 1994, my father drowned in Goodwin Park trying to save my dog. That's when my life spun out of control. My mom had to work full-time to provide for me, and she ended up giving me to my grandmother to care for. My grandmother put me in private high school, hairdressing school, and brought me on trips around the world, which is why I have the globe, to create a sense of normalcy and privilege, something that they thought that I wouldn't have because I didn't have a father. I got into a lot of bad relationships to not be alone. I settled for men that weren't always the best, just so that I could build a foundation or have somebody to be with so that I wouldn't be alone like my mother was. I ended up meeting Damien, who was from the Dominican Republic, and Damien sold drugs here and ended up getting deported because of it. And I followed him to the Dominican Republic and wasted a lot of my 20s having fun and not thinking about a formal education. At 28 years old, I got bit by a mosquito in the Dominican Republic that had the dengue virus, and it almost killed me. I came home to recover, and at 30 years old, I had the biggest wake-up call ever. I looked around me and I had a closet filled with clothes, but I didn't really have a solid foundation. I had never built for a future, didn't worry, didn't think about my education or anything like that. So I got myself back into school at the age of 30, and I started to worry about who's gonna take care of me in the future, you know? How was I gonna provide a home for myself? How was I gonna take care of myself? I had no brothers and sisters, no husband, and a mother who eventually I'm gonna lose. And, you know, I'm in my 3rd class towards an associate's degree in general studies. I still don't have a plan, but life doesn't always go according to plan, so I've learned not to plan, remember? You can only take progressive steps each day and build toward the future, hoping that everything falls into place. That's why I'm here today.